There are millions of lizards and over 200 different types of chameleon. And in today's video, I went on a quest to buy and raise the rarest chameleon in the world. The rainbow panther chameleon. I went online to see if I can find an ultra-rare chameleon that we could transform into a pet. But every time I found one, it was either ridiculously expensive or even worse, completely sold out. But luckily I found one pet store that told me that they had some chameleons available and that if I was quick, I might be able to get exactly what I was looking for. Hopefully we can get this big guy. I mean I don't know what you are.
Hello.
I went straight to the reptile store and I was greeted by many reptiles, snakes, and amphibians. And although there are over 200 chameleon species that will come in various colors, shapes, and sizes, only one stood out to me, and that was the mega rare rainbow chameleon. To make sure I got a chameleon with this awesome rainbow coloring, I had to make sure that the chameleon I was going to buy was from Madagascar.
I like to move it.
Luckily, there was one Madagascan chameleon left in the stall, so I picked him up and took him home.
Bye, have a great time.
Now, as I had bought a younger juvenile chameleon, I wouldn't know what colors that he would become until he turned to a full-grown adult. So it will be a total surprise to see how vibrant and crazy the colors will be as he grows in his own personal rainforest. But in the meantime, I've got many awesome abilities that chameleons have to show you. But make sure you subscribe, because if you don't, I'm gonna make him get you. And that's your only warning. But before we did any of that, I thought we should upgrade his rainforest vivarium. I started off by adding leaves to the bottom of the rainforest vivarium, as I was worried that the chameleon would get himself sick by eating bugs that were covered in dirt. So I wanted to prevent that from happening at all means possible. With the leaves now successfully placed at the bottom of the rainforest, it was now time for me to unbox and install something that I've wanted for this chameleon tank for a very long time. I had bought a mini fog generator. Our goal was to replicate the rainforest as close as possible, which is why I needed this fog machine to try and generate enough humidity to replicate Madagascar. But before we tested our fog machine, I noticed that our chameleon was doing something incredibly strange. It seemed like he was doing a little dance. But it turns out that he actually wasn't dancing. Chameleons just move incredibly slow. But this gave us more time to add things to his tank, which is why I decided to go out and buy him a dripper system. Now, no tank would be complete without the dripper system, as without one, there wouldn't be anywhere for the chameleon to be able to drink from. And it didn't take long for him to find it. He went absolutely crazy for the dripper water. Well, the water dripper installation was a huge success, so I thought it was finally time, but I finished setting up the fog machine and gave it a go. The fog began to roll in, but I wasn't ready for what was coming next. We had now truly recreated the Madagascan rainforest. And this wasn't the only thing that had changed, as I noticed that our chameleon's colors had gotten a lot brighter since the fog had entered the Madagascan rainforest. The fog had revealed that our chameleon was an ultra-rare rainbow chameleon. The chances of this chameleon being a rainbow chameleon was 0.0001%. The chances were so low because he was from a tiny area of Madagascar called Sambava. This area of Madagascar has a tiny population of chameleons and had an even tinier chance of transforming them into an incredible color scheme that our chameleon had turned into overnight. Now, chameleon colors aren't the only unique thing about them. People believe that they can change their colors into anything to blend in with their surroundings. But this is completely false. Chameleons can actually only change colors based on their mood, when they're regulating their body temperature, and when they're trying to camouflage and hide from other predators in the rainforest. But they can't change into any color they like at any time. which makes the rainbow chameleon even rarer than I first thought. Now, panther chameleons also have a range of strange and unique abilities, a bit like a Pokemon. I mean, a bit like a Pokemon because when they see bugs, they really think that they've got to catch them all. The one thing I couldn't help but notice when looking at our chameleon was his incredibly strange eyes. Every time I went towards the tank, he'd look onto me with one eye, I was looking at something totally different with the other. Chameleons' eyes can move completely independent from each other, so that they can scan the rainforest to try and find their prey. So I wanted to put these chameleon abilities to the ultimate test, and also attempt to become friends, and turn him into a pet in the process. I had gone out and bought some extra special treats for him, and these treats were Mario worms. I held out a couple of the worms to see if he would take food directly from my hand. And there it was, another one of his awesome abilities, the super long tongue. He took the worm directly from me and started munching it in the safety of his favorite tree. We were one step closer to bonding with our chameleon, but he wasn't quite ready for me to handle him yet, as we still had some activities to create a bond. It was time to test him on his rainforest obstacle course. I had placed many branches and vines around his tank as a chameleon naturally climbs to the highest point that they can possibly get to. And it didn't take much time at all for him to start exploring around the vines that I had put in his rainforest. He continued to level up and evolve as he grew older, and this made him grow even more vibrant the happier he became. I then set up a time-lapse to film his development over the coming days and weeks. And when I went to check on him, he was now the size of my forearm. I noticed that he was getting closer and closer to the glass, almost like he was asking for me to reach out to him and take him out of his little mini rainforest. But when I opened his glass doors to try and turn him into my friend, he made an epic escape. He first climbed across the glass, and when I began to start filming in, he used this as an opportunity to climb onto the camera as a means to escape. Chameleons are expert climbers, and this became incredibly clear as he then tried to find the highest point he possibly could inside my room. And it is not going to be easy to get him down from there. I then tried to move him back into his home, but he just decided that he wanted to climb all over me instead. Well, I guess this means that me and him are friends now? It seemed that we had built enough trust where he would come to the tank whenever I went towards it and would ask me to take him out so he could explore. Although I'm pretty sure he was just using me to get more worms that he could eat. It seemed now that our rainbow chameleon was fully evolved and tamed into our own personal pet. You could really see how strong and vibrant his colors were when he was happy and walking around all my equipment and my arms. It looked like he even was trying to film his own video. I guess this is now his YouTube channel. But I think he was really trying to escape because he was at the age now where he was looking for a female chameleon that he could breed with. I think he really wanted to make some little baby chameleons. But before we could even think about baby chameleons, I had returned him to his tank. And this is where I noticed a strange transformation had begun. It seemed that since we had been hand feeding him and we had allowed him to roam free and explore his outside world, that our chameleon had become extra friendly. It is very rare that a chameleon will form bonds with people, but he had even begun to wrap his tail around visitors who wanted to see his awesome rainbow colors. Or maybe he was just flirting. It's hard to tell what's going on in his brain.
Hi, how are you?
If you would like to see him pair up with a female chameleon in a future video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the Dr. Scales YouTube channel. And we will help him find the chameleon partner that he deserves. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to check out our other videos.